in the vault, reviewing tape, checking the receipts. In the dark corridors of power, secrets were hidden and schemes were devised to shape the destiny of the nation. It was the 1980s, a decade of excess and extravagance, but also a time of darkness and despair for many marginalized communities. The war on drugs was raging across the country, with law enforcement cracking down on drug dealers and users with ruthless efficiency. Little did the public know that this war was not just about cleaning up the streets, but about control and manipulation on a grand scale deep in the heart of the government. A covert operation was underway, orchestrated by the CIA. They turned a blind eye to the influx of crack cocaine into impoverished black communities, knowing full well the devastation it would wreak as crack addiction spread like a virus, tearing families apart and destroying lives. The government turned a blind eye. Mass incarceration became the weapon of choice. Thousands of young black men were locked away in prisons, their futures stolen from them in the name of a misguided war on drugs. And as the prison population swelled to record numbers, so too did the profits of those who benefited from the misery of others' homes were snatched away from families, as parents languished behind bars, leaving children to fend for themselves in a world that had turned its back on them. The cycle of poverty and despair continued to churn, fueled by a system that seemed to care little for those it deemed disposable. But amidst the chaos and destruction, there were whispers of resistance. Community leaders rose to demand justice, to fight back against the forces that sought to crush them underfoot. They fought for the voices of the voiceless, seeking to shine a light on the dark underbelly of the war on drugs. As the truth began to surface, the cracks in the facade of power began to widen. The people demanded change, refusing to be silenced any longer. The 1980s may have been a dark time for many, but it was also a time of awakening, of resistance, and the relentless pursuit of justice in the face of overwhelming odds. And though the scars of that era may still linger, the spirit of those who fought back against injustice remains unbroken. Always remember, we can forgive, yet we must never ever forget or allow our children or their children to forget these truths of yesterday, which have contributed to our present day reality. We are the resistance